Say what you want about man's best minion. That they're vulgar, vapid, rabid, deafening, groveling, grot-wallowing, servile, recamile. I could go on all night, provided I stick some early stalks first, and even continue after my morning nap if you like. But unlike meowfolk, dogs really have this whole camaraderie culture, at least between members of the pack.
Sure, if you're not a member, they'll mob you and rip a leg off or two or four, and bury the bones for later. Maybe they'll detach a tail for a chew toy, too.
But once you've made it into the pack, and as long as you obey the orders of the biggest, stenchiest one, you can all live together and eat together and bark at the wind together and rip someone else's legs off together. I have to admit, sticking as a group is a pretty smart idea. I'm not saying dogs are smarter than cats, because if that ever got back to any meowfolk around here, they'd hunt me down and skin me for high treason. There would be a real bounty on skinned a scoundrel then. And I don't want to end up a makeshift scarf around some hobo's frosty neck.
Well, they'd have to catch me first and avoid getting their own skin unstitched though. And it's not like I couldn't carve off a cat scarf or two myself in such a back-to-the-bricks showdown. But that's not going to help me or cats, only the scarf business.
We can't claim camaraderie is strictly a sign of smarts though. That's what I was getting at. Remember, bugs stick together and their brains are too small to taste. Unfortunately, I know from experience. But I like the idea of this pack culture in a certain way. I look around and see so many animals have companions, whether hounds, hindwalkers, flappers, gnawers, and like I said, even bugs. I wonder what went wrong with meowfolk.
I mean, if a grain-brained bug can see the benefits of having some backup, you'd think cats would also. And you'd be right to think I've done a little philosophizing about it too. I've wondered whether maybe there was some great catfight back in the old days about a fundamental survival issue, like whether people should be hunted or tamed, or the most versatile coat camouflage for both daylight and midnight mauling, choices that clearly still divide us. And nobody could ever unite afterwards, even for group advantage. Or maybe we were simply trying to be as unhoundish as possible, because we just hated hounds so much, and bit off our friends' noses to spite our own faces. Who knows, besides the cat gods themselves. But whatever happened, in a way I don't entirely endorse the cat system we have right now, even though, like I've mentioned, I'm about as social as a lost sock who never liked feet in the first place. Am I having some kind of mutt moment here? I hope not. Believe me, I have no desire to join a foaming chorus at every slam of a shutter, to spend my nights clumped and curled like millipedes in the doorways. I never got into the burying, and not just because I grew up on pavement.
But I'm just saying it wouldn't be all bad if you were cut out for this kind of thing. It's not black and white, all this critter culture. Dogs are mostly gunk brown, actually, because not only have they never heard of a tongue bath, they prefer to roll in the filth of the world to be at one with it. But enough hound talk, or I'll start to sound like one of their mutt maniac owners.